If you think you've heard every creepy story on the internet, don't click away just yet. What happened to me still doesn't make sense. And the ending is the most unbelievable part. Stay until the end, because one small decision probably saved my life. My name is Ryan, and last winter, I took a weekend job delivering packages to remote cabins in the mountains of Montana. The pay was excellent because most drivers refused the route after sunset. The company said the roads became dangerous once the snow started falling, but they never mentioned anything else. I assumed people simply didn't like driving through the mountains at night. On my third weekend, I had only one package left. The delivery address was a small cabin nearly 20 miles from the nearest town. My GPS warned that I had lost cell service, but the map still showed one narrow road leading through the forest. Snow covered everything. The trees looked like dark walls on both sides of the road, and my headlights barely reached beyond the next curve. After almost 30 minutes, I finally saw the cabin. A single porch light was on. No other houses were nearby. I carried the package to the front door and knocked. Nothing. I knocked again. Still no answer. Just as I turned to leave, the door slowly opened. An elderly man stood inside wearing a thick gray sweater. He smiled politely, but never stepped outside. "You made good time," he said. His voice was calm, almost too calm. I handed him the package. He looked at the label for several seconds before saying something strange. I didn't order anything. I checked the address again. It matched perfectly. He slowly looked past me toward my delivery van parked beside the road. "You should leave before it gets dark." I glanced at my watch. "It already is dark." He didn't smile this time. "No," he whispered. "I mean before they notice you're here." A cold breeze swept across the porch. I laughed nervously, assuming he was joking. He wasn't. Without another word, he closed the door. I hurried back to my van, started the engine, and began driving toward the main road. 10 minutes later, I realized something was wrong. The road I had just driven down looked completely different. The tire tracks behind me had disappeared beneath fresh snow, even though the storm had stopped nearly an hour earlier. Then my headlights caught a wooden sign. I was back at the same cabin. Confused, I checked my GPS. The screen was frozen. I turned the van around and drove in the opposite direction. 15 minutes passed. Another curve. Another row of snow-covered trees. Then the same porch light appeared again. The same cabin. This time the front door was already open. The old man was standing there, waiting. He didn't wave. He simply stared at me as I slowly drove past. I pressed harder on the accelerator. My heartbeat echoed inside the van. 20 minutes later. "You want part two? Yes or no?"